First lesson in this workbook is about place value. Place value is very important when it comes to the GED test. Items where place value might come into play are with rounding. Another idea that it might come into is maybe numbers into words. Where the answer that they give you is actually you are to complete a math problem, and the answer is not listed as a number, it's listed in words. This can be done also in the opposite way, where you're given words as math problems and you're supposed to compute a number back. Now, place value starts with the most important thing, the decimal point. This separates the wholes from the parts. Whenever you're saying the decimal point, this is the word and when it comes to saying numbers. Place value works as a repetitive process. You always start as we move from the left to the right. We are getting bigger. And this first spot is called the ones. Another word that the test uses is the word unit. This is a special word for this first whole number. That's what how they describe it, the first whole number. So you have a pattern here. We go from ones, and then the next spot would be the tens, and then the next spot would be the hundreds. A family of numbers is created by 3 items. The first one is the ones, the next one is the tens, and then you have the hundreds. That's a family. We move to another next family, okay? And the first spot is the ones. They just say thousands, but if you said 1,000s, it would actually help because the next spot is the 10,000s. And this pattern is going to repeat, the last one being the 100,000s. So always 3 members to a family. The beginning one is always the smallest, the ones, then the middle, the tens, and then the largest, the 100. You next move to the next family, which is the million. The first spot again is the 1 millions spot, then the 10 millions, then the 100 millions. The 1 billions, the 10 billions, the 100 billions. The next family would be called the trillions. And the next spot would be called the quadrillions. And this is place value. This is how it works. Let's give a demonstration of how to say numbers. If I drew a number down here and I put it as like this number is 731. If I add another number to it, like this, you'll notice that the 4 is now in the thousands spot, the 1,000 spot. Normally, with whole numbers, we add commas. You would say this number by saying the first family that you see off to the left. And the first family group I see is the thousands. This 4 is in the thousands family group. So this is the first number that you say. For instance, 4,000. Now you would move to the next family, which is 731. This number is 4,731. If I add a few more numbers, you'll see that I have in my whole family in the thousands is 704. That number is 704. That's the first family. And that's the first thing that I say. I say 704,000. And now I move to the next family, 731. So 704,731. If I add more numbers, I stick with the same pattern. I say 31,704,731. And this process moves as you continue to add more numbers. 1,031,704,731. That's the end.